Hello, hello. What's up, Alex? I'm trying to get this right. I've never been live on YouTube before, so this is new. How's it going? If you're here, tell me that you're here. Let me know who's here. This is interesting. I can't really see comments. Or can I? Hey, Davey. How's it going? This is kind of cool. You know, the good side of this quarantine, if there is any, is that everyone's going live. There's music everywhere, and it's pretty cool. I figured I'd wait for a few people to hop on. I'm gonna sing a song, open up with a song, and answer some questions that y'all had, and maybe sing another song. And if you have any questions, I don't know how to get the comments to stay. Thank you so much. This motionless day. Thank you so much for that. Oh, there's the comments. I'm gonna go ahead and sing a song. I'm gonna sing Taken. Oh, hey, Alex. Sorry. Yeah, Have My Heart. Man, that's throwing it back. I'm gonna start off with, I don't know if this option has like a thumbs up, but give me a thumbs up if you're on here. I'd love, every like counts. Hey, Ernesto. I'm gonna sing the single that just released called Taking My Voice Back. Hey, Sean. There's 2 Alexes on here. Hey, how's everyone doing? Yeah, the single's Taking My Voice Back, and I know I shared the story behind that. A lot of you have seen the video. Hey, Michael. So I'm gonna go ahead and sing it, and I can share the story behind it after, or I'm gonna push this back some. Hold on. There we go. If you don't know the story and you want to know, comment, and I may even end up sharing it, but I figured I'd go ahead and just open up with a song, because why not? Let me paint a picture of a 10-year-old girl that tried to say no, had to hide from the world. Innocent, blameless, but carrying shame, telling herself she'd be okay. Gotta let go, gotta let go. I'm taking my voice back, I'm writing my song, and nothing can stop me. I'm gonna move on, gonna learn to forgive you. You've taken enough. Though I feel alone here, I know that I'm not. I'm taking my voice back. So scared of the moments, trying to escape, afraid if she told, she'd be the one to blame. She better keep quiet and bury the pain, keep telling herself she'd be okay. Gotta let go, gotta let go. I'm taking my voice back, I'm writing my song, and nothing can stop me. I'm don't know why I ended it that way. Kind of wasn't even an ending. But you know what? It is what it is. Think you and Tori Harper would make good music together. I have heard of her. She seems like a sweetheart. I have some questions for you guys. Hey, Andrew. I missed your last live because I was sick in the hospital. I'm better. Oh, it's so good that you're doing better, Andrew. Right now is kind of a tough time. There's so many people getting sick, especially with this virus. Thank you so much. Hey, Anna. How's everyone doing? Hey, Allison. I'm going to answer some questions because y'all were amazing and asked questions. But if you have one here, just let me know and I will go through them and answer. Making sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay. First question. Natalia asked me several. And I always set aside time in the day to read a devotional on the Bible app. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Bible app. If you have, let me know. It's very popular. But I do different plans on there. And it's kind of different. When I finish one, I'll start something else. And it's always so different. But I always make sure I spend time reading the Word and reading devotionals and praying. And it's something that I do not at a set time every day. Usually it's at night when I do the devotionals, but as far as like praying and stuff like that, like that's just kind of like an everyday thing, all day conversation me and God have, you know, just talking. But yeah, that's my devotional time. I see one on here. Is there an artist you would love to duet with? Yeah, Dolly Parton. I saw For King and Country was able to do it, and I'm like, so there is a possibility then. So yeah, I would love to do a duet with Dolly Parton because she's Dolly Parton. I'm 26, Davey. Let's see. How are you staying occupied during this quarantine? All right. Man, I have watched movies. I practice guitar. I'm able to be on social media more, to talk to you guys. Writing and spending time with my family and eating a lot of food. But that's how I'm spending it. Would you consider a meet and greet? Yes. So every show that I do, Pentatonics worked with Maren Morris. That's cool. That's an interesting combination. After every show, I always For King Country. They're a very popular band. Very popular. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. After shows, so every show that I do, I'm always at my table because I love meeting new people, and yeah, I'm always at my table, so meet and greets are always a thing. Pentatonics and Dolly Parton. That would be interesting if it's Jolene. That'd be really cool. Someone asked me if I ever had voice lessons, and voice lessons is something that I just started doing a year and a half ago, and I do them every day. And obviously it's something that I've definitely grown in, but I have a lot more growth. So, I mean, you're always growing, right? And always working on, like, your craft. So, hey, Elijah. What's your favorite song of For King Country? That's a hard one. It's hard when people ask what's your favorite of anything, because, like, it always changes. It's so hard. Andrew, what inspired you to sing? Man, that's a good question. I love this question. Singing for me has always, like, I've always been around music. My dad was always playing an instrument. But I grew up in church, you know, going to church, and it's just something that I've always been around, but something that I never thought I would be doing. And so I was around probably 11 or 12 when I got involved in the youth band, and I started singing there, and then I actually started working the slides in church. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that, but the slides that you read in church while you're singing or during a worship, whatever, that was like what I did. And then I eventually sang on the worship team. It's kind of like a growing thing, you know, like I was always kind of, someone asked how old I'm, 25. I think I said 26 earlier. I'm 25. But yeah, it's something that I've definitely grown into because I felt like I've always felt like I wasn't good enough to sing, and like that's a silly thought because we all have insecurities, but you know what, like I kept like pushing through and facing my fears. I would hold the microphone underneath my chin, y'all, I kid you not, because I was just so afraid of being heard. And so I'll say, like, I've grown so much from that. So I'm thankful for those moments because I can look back and I can see how far I've grown. Let's see. Someone asked, how and when did you meet Jesus for the first time? So kind of going back to growing up, I grew up, happy early birthday, Elijah. I grew up going to church. I mean, I went every Wednesday. I went to every youth event. I went to every church camp. Every Sunday I was in church. So it's something that I always grew up around. And, you know, you always hear about Jesus and you learn about Jesus, but it's not until you're kind of older when you fully understand what that means, when you start having to go through things that are difficult. And that was me whenever I was around 11 or 12, whenever I finally understood what it was to give your life to Jesus and what that meant to follow God. And it was at a church camp one summer. And I just remember, I can't really explain it. I'm going to lift this up close and personal here. All right. Let me aim this down. Okay. It's kind of dark. Ooh, you guys. Okay, better. But yeah, I was around 11 or 12 whenever I learned what it was to give my life over to God. And that was like a year or two after my story of being sexually abused and going through a tough patch and going through a depression and all of that I was going through, and finally understanding around 11 or 12 what it was to give your life over to God so you don't have to carry that alone. Hey, Claudio. Is that how you say it? I hope so. Yeah, and so that's whenever I really encountered Jesus and what that was. And I can't really explain it until you've experienced it yourself. And it's just a peace. It's a peace that you can't explain. And I'm so thankful for it, and thankful for Jesus and the commitment and the responsibility to follow God, because it's not easy. You know, when you give your life to Jesus, it's not a promise that things are going to be all perfect and easy. It's just a promise that you're not going to have to do it alone. You know, and so that's one thing that I learned is, you know what, life's not going to be fair sometimes. You're going to go through things that are just not fair and they're not fun. But you don't have to do them alone. So, yeah. Let's see. If you ever had a chance to collaborate with an artist, who would it be? Which someone asked that already, and I would say Dolly Parton. But I did collaborate. If you have heard of Why Are You Waiting, that's a song. I think someone just asked a question about why are you waiting, and it's a song of surrendering, like when you're not feeling good enough, because I think we've all felt that way where we don't feel like we're worthy of God's love. But the truth is, like, God wants us where we're at. He doesn't care what we're going through or where we're at. He wants you, and that's what that song's about. And I got to sing with Jason Roy of Building 429. Is anyone a fan of Building 429? They have amazing music. But yeah, that was cool. That was my first, like, big artist collaboration. And he's such just a real person, genuine, down to earth. So yeah, that was cool. I do have siblings. I'm a middle child. I have an older sister and I have a younger brother. And my older sister also has 2 girls. So one of them is 6 and one of them is almost 2. We do need to pray for the world. The world is hurting right now, but I believe with no doubt that God's got this thing, and I'm not worried at all. And I do know that this is not, like, this virus is not of God. It's straight from the enemy, and it wants to destroy us. But here we are, like, this world. I don't think I've ever seen Jesus more on the internet, like, now more than ever. There's so much positivity online right now, and it's like, it's almost like we're getting a fresh new start, and just giving God the glory throughout it all. You know, like, I hate that people have to lose their lives over this virus, and that's just the world we live in is full of sickness and evil and darkness, but we do have a God that loves us and he cares. So, if you ever had a choice to go to a show, what would it be? Dolly Parton. There's a lot of artists that I would love to see. I haven't seen Lauren Daigle, so I'd like to see her. Let's see. Favorite Bible verse. This is another one. It's another favorite question. It's hard to answer favorite questions because it changes. But a verse that has always stuck with me is Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper and not to harm, plan to give you hope in a future. And it's a verse that I've always stood behind throughout many seasons of my life where I felt like, where are you bringing me, God? Because this is scary. And I will say he hasn't let me down since. So let's see. Inspiration behind Gaze. That's a good question because I'm about to sing Gaze. If you want, I can sing it. I'm looking at y'all's questions, just making sure I didn't. Have you considered spreading the good news to other people? Hey, Callum McCritchie, if you're on here, what's up? Yeah, I feel like that's what I've been doing for years now, is just using what God's given me to share my story with the world. He's given me y'all, fans to listen, and it's pretty cool that I even get to do this. It's pretty awesome. So, Gaze, though, before I sing it, I'm going to sing Gaze. Gaze is a song that I wrote out of a season where, I don't know about you, but I'm an overthinker. Like, I overthink everything, and I usually can make something seem way bigger than what it actually is. But this song I wrote after I heard a sermon. And it was talking about our problems and how they're real, because problems are real. We're going to go through things that are just not fun. But it's okay to acknowledge them, but just to not stare at them and not give them more attention than they need. Because truth is, like, God's bigger than those problems, but I am an overthinker, and I'll see a problem and I'll make it out to be something way bigger than what it should be and what it is. And I'm learning, and I've learned to acknowledge it. It's real, but don't stare at it. Like, let God do his thing, and trust him in it, because he's way bigger than that problem. And so that's kind of where that song came out of. Yes, Scott's, you're right. He said, it's hard. YouTube names are so hard, y'all. If you can, like, comment your name, like your real name, that'd be great. Or maybe that is your real name and it's just, like, combined. Hope is essential for life. The greatest source of hope is from Scripture. And you're so right. Like, there's a Scripture for everything. Whatever you're going through, like, there's a Scripture there. So that's what's pretty cool, is you can always, you have a resource to go to. So, but yeah. That's me, by the way. Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna sing Gaze for you guys. Sean, what's your favorite Dolly Parton song? I love her 9 to 5 song. I'm feeling steady as the waves start to rise. The winds blow to carry the weight that's on my mind. Yeah, you call me out on the water, one step at a time. There's no second guessing to see what's left behind. I will keep my eyes on you. I will keep my eyes on you. So I'll gaze on the one who's stronger than anything come true. They get smaller and smaller when they're next to you. So I'll gaze on the one who's stronger than anything coming against me. I'll gaze on the one whose name can defend me, who's living within me. Jesus, so I'll run to you, I'll hold on to you, find you as the peace in my storm, overwhelmed by you, so in awe of you, find you in the moment I trust, I've been in every worry to dust, so I'll gaze on the one who's stronger than anything coming against me. I'll gaze on the one whose name can defend me, who's living within me. I'll gaze on the one who's stronger than anything coming against me. I'll gaze on the one whose name can defend me, who's living within me. Jesus, Jesus. Woo! Thank you so much. I saw Seventh Day Slumbers on here. Joseph Rojas, he is the lead singer of Seventh Day Slumber. If you don't know who they are, which you probably do, you should definitely go follow them. They're amazing, and he also is the label president of the record label I'm signed to. And so he's given me a chance to be able to even write and sing these songs so I can share that with you guys. And it's pretty incredible that I even get to do this. Thank you so much. If you have any more questions, let me know. I got one more here. Keep praising God. I love this song. Thank you, Sean. That means so much. Let's see. What song was my favorite writing, and what song is my favorite to sing? It's another hard one, only because every song on this record, to me, it means something. We wrote this song, we wrote this record in a year and a half. Like, it took that long to write. And I feel like we wrote probably over 20 songs, and 11 made it to the record. So you can just kind of see how the writing process is. Like, you'll write a song and you either like it or you don't, or it needs adjusting, like, or you just need to like scratch it completely. I don't know. And so it's kind of hard to say, because writing each song was special, because they all came out of a season of my life. They all have a story behind it. But I will say that my favorite to write was Taking My Voice Back, because it was the first time that I had ever shared my story. So not only was I able to put it into a song that was going to reach people, it was also going to relieve me from something that I had been holding in for 15 plus years. And so I would say writing that song wasn't just another song. It was a relief for me, because I was finally able to talk about it. I was finally able to release that, and I understood what that felt like, to finally release something that I had been holding in for so long. And so that right there was like healing for me. And then we were able to, when we wrote that song, y'all, it was just like I poured everything out, and it didn't even make sense, because I had never shared my story before, and I didn't know how. I didn't know how to talk about it, but I did. I just spewed it out, and Jeremy Holderfield and Rebecca Williams, they're the songwriters that helped me. Jeremy Holderfield actually is a part of Seventh Day Slumber and my producer. But they were able to take a mess of a story and help me make it into something beautiful, and to share it with you guys. And so I would say that that probably was my favorite. And favorite song to sing, that's another hard one because I love them all. I love Taking My Voice Back. I love Gaze. I love Just Be You. That's a fun one. If you haven't heard the record, I haven't even said that, y'all. The record is out for those. I don't know if everyone knows that, but the record is out everywhere you get music. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple Music. Brooke Robertson. You just type in Brooke Robertson. You should be able to see it. Taking My Voice Back. And make sure you follow me on Spotify, and make sure you have a little bell turned on here on YouTube. Let's see. Inspired the song you sang. I think Gaze, Jay, are you talking about Gaze? Let's see, I'm going back. I'm kind of like everywhere right now. When I was sick for 2 weeks, I felt like dying and couldn't get up. Jesus was there when I heard this song. It made me break down and just worship the Lord. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you so much. And I'm glad you're doing better. 20 songs, the only 11 that made the final cut. Where the scrap songs merged with other songs. So some of the songs that we scratched, we either kind of like rewrote it in a different way, or we gave them back to the songwriter because it just didn't fit the record. And some of them are just kind of sitting there chilling. We may go back and redo some. It's just, songwriting is an interesting process. Let's see. Jeremy is the talented member. Joseph, you're pretty talented, I'd say. Callum, you said Just Be You must be extremely relevant for Autism Awareness Day. Yes, I love that. And you say that because it's pretty amazing that you say that, because it's awesome that I was thinking about a music video for Just Be You before we were even thinking about music videos at all. I was like, what songs can I do a music video for, and what would I do? And Just Be You is a song that I had in mind to be in the studio with a whole bunch of girls or guys or whoever, and we're in the studio having a fun time, dancing around, whatever, I don't know. But it's people with autism, or kids or girls or adults or whoever with missing limbs, just people with disabilities, and just to encourage them to be who they are, and that's okay because you're beautiful. And I love that. It is such a good song to remind us that we're not a mistake. Like, God doesn't make mistakes. And I just want everyone to know that they're beautiful. Whether you're missing an arm, a leg, whether you have Downs or autism. Like, I love that. And that's like the heart behind that song too, along with just not trying to change yourself to try to fit in. And so I love that song, and that's a great song for Autism Awareness Day. That's amazing. That's cool that you brought that up. Are you planning any trips later down the road in the future? Michael, you asked that. Yes. Right now we're at a weird place. We've had to push back a lot of shows, and we've had to cancel a lot of shows, which stinks, but a lot of artists are struggling with that right now just because that's where we're at. So we're taking advantage of this, like what we have right now, and doing lives and singing music and talking to y'all, because y'all are important and we care a lot about you. I care about y'all so much. And y'all have been there from the start. What advice do you have for people who have insecurities? Elijah, I love that for that song, Just Be You. Like, it's just a reminder to love yourself for who you are, and be okay with that. You're not going to have the same hair as someone else, or you're not going to have the same clothes, or, you know, like it's easy to compare. Social media makes it so easy to go through and flip through and see that everyone has a perfect life, because social media can be so deceiving. And so what I want to be is just transparent with you and like let you know, like, I don't have it all together, and that's okay. Like, we don't have to. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to have insecurities sometimes, but we're human beings. Like, we're gonna have insecurities and stuff like that. But just want you to know that, like, you're beautiful, and you don't have to change who you are to try to fit into somebody's standards or what they think is cool. You know what I mean? Like, find a group of friends that are going to champion you and encourage you and love you for who you are, because that's really what matters. Favorite song to sing, though, I didn't answer that one because it's hard. It's really hard to answer that one because I love all of them. Anybody else have any other questions? What type of guitar? I have a Martin guitar. And I've had it for a couple years now. What's everyone doing on this Thursday night? Have you heard of the Chosen TV series? I have not. I have not heard of that. I don't really watch much TV. I watch a little bit of it. Like, I watch Food Network. I'm pretty boring. So, let's see. I lost everything you gave me when you were in Hutchinson, Kansas, and I would like to get more stuff. Hey, Michael. I'm so sorry about that. Wow. We'll have to get something to you. Why don't you message me? Somehow, whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, or here, send me a message, and I'd love to see what you lost, and I'd love to replace that for you. It's kind of hard to ship things out right now because of this virus, but send me a message. I'd love to hook you up with some merchandise. Elijah, you put yourself down because you feel like you're ugly and you're not good enough. And that's a lie from the enemy, and I can tell you that I've struggled with that before too, is feeling not good enough. A song that I wrote called Center of It All. Elijah, I don't know if you've heard that, and if you haven't, go listen to it. Same thing for Just Be You. I've felt like I'm not good enough before, and very recently, like probably a year and a half ago when we were starting to write the record, I just kind of was asking God, like, why did you choose me to do this? Like, there's so many other artists out there that sing better. There's so many other people that, you know, do this better. And it's just like a lie that the enemy was starting to twist in my head. And I walked into the songwrite, and I remember just sharing that with these songwriters the way I felt. And I felt like I wasn't good enough. And, you know, they said something that was like it shifted my perspective on things. And what they said was, when you feel that way, it's almost like a sense of pride, but in a way that's not what you normally think would be. You're putting your feelings above what God says of you. And God doesn't think that you're not good enough. God wouldn't have given you this, wouldn't have given you the opportunities if he didn't think you were not good enough. He chose you for it. You're chosen. You're a child of God, and he cares for you so much. And so, Elijah, I want you to know that, like, God chose you for a specific purpose, and maybe you don't know that right now, but just know that you're chosen, and you have a purpose, and he loves you so much. And that was something that I had to come into realization with, is that, you know, stop comparing yourself to other people. You don't look like that person over there, or you don't have that person's job, or you don't have that person's voice. That's because you're not them. Like, you're you. You're who God made you to be. You're not ugly. God created you just the way you are for a reason, and he loves you so much. And so, Elijah, God bless you. Like, God loves you so much. I just want you to know that. Let's see. Sean, I'm going to tell you the story behind Purpose for the Pain because it's my fave. Seriously refreshing. Joseph says, 7 Day Slumber says, seriously refreshing to work with and tour with artists who truly care about the fans. You are that artist. Joseph, that means so much, honestly, that you would say that. Everyone watching, like, right now, y'all are, you know, aside from God, because God's the reason why I'm here, like, y'all are the reason why I'm here, and I'm able to even do this and share my music. Like, my true heart behind all of these songs is that the stories that I've, you know, have to tell, the experiences that I've had to live through, the pains that I've experienced, I want to share that with you because I know it's going to help you out. And so that's just my heart behind my music, and that's something I promised myself and God when I started this whole thing. It's not about me. none of this is about me. It's all about God and what he's done in my life, just so I can help someone else out. Are you going to do any tour? Yes, we are going to do tours as soon as this virus calms down. Okay, so the story behind Purpose for the Pain, that's a song that I wrote for my mom. So my mom, when she was pregnant with me, she felt like very, very sick and ill. And they didn't know what was going on with her. She was pregnant with me. I think I just said that. I may repeat myself. But she became very sick. And they couldn't test her because she was pregnant. And because they couldn't test her, they couldn't treat her. And it was kind of like, what do? You know, you've got to take care of the baby, but we also have to take care of her and figure out what's going on. And so, like, months rolled by, and she was just in excruciating pain. She was telling me that she had very bad headaches, to where all she could do is just lay down. And she was very depressed. She felt very depressed because, you know, when you're pregnant, it's supposed to be a very happy time because you've got a baby. You know, you've got a baby coming, and that time for her ended up being very dark and scary for a lot of people. And thankfully, she was just surrounded by so many people and family and friends that were praying for her and speaking life over us and believing that we were going to be okay. And even though they didn't know why, you know, you tend to ask when you go through things. You tend to ask, like, why am I going through this, God? Why? Why me? And that's questions that were asked. And, you know, it's scary. It's so unknown. You don't know what's going to go on. And so, you know, around 8 months, the doctors are like, we've got to go ahead and deliver her early because there's a chance that you both may not make it. And so, obviously, she did what was best, and she had me early, and they were able to treat her. And by then, you know, they had initially thought that she had a brain tumor. But by then, after she delivered me, it had paralyzed half of her face. And it was actually shingles of the brain. And so what that did was that paralyzed some of her cranial nerves that damaged part of her face and her hearing. So she lost part of her hearing as well. But we're okay. She's okay. She does have scarring as far as, like, you can see when she smiles that part of her face doesn't work. And, but even though I don't see that, I see just a fighter, you know. I love her so much that she would just fight through that. But here we are, we're okay. And here I am, like, sharing this story with people, which is amazing that I even get to do it. You know, and I know a lot of people ask, why do some people see their miracle here? And why do some not? Because there's a chance that we both wouldn't have made it. But I do believe that God still does miracles, but we don't always see them here. And that's questions that some of us just can't answer. We don't always have the answers for everything, but what I do know is that even if you're enduring pain and it's through it, or after, it still doesn't change who God is. Like, God's still good, and he still gets all the glory through it. And so I just want you to know that, like, God's good. He cares and he loves you. Let's see. How old were you when you started singing? I was around 11 or 12 when I joined the youth band. So I was really young when I started singing, and I was so quiet. You know, I was a goofy kid growing up. I was so goofy. But when I was on stage, I was quiet. I didn't want anyone to hear me. I held the microphone underneath my chin. Yeah. But yeah, I was young. For those who are just hopping on or missed it, make sure you're following my Spotify. I have all my music out. My Instagram, Facebook, I'm on there a lot. Also, if you don't have the little notification bell next to the subscribe button on my channel, make sure you put that on. And I'm going to be announcing something tomorrow on my email subscribe list. So if you go to my website at brookerobertsonmusic.com, you can go and subscribe to my email campaign list. And I'm going to be releasing exclusive, secret, top secret stuff on there. So you'll be the first to know if you go and subscribe to my emails. And it's going to be a series that I'm going to be able to put on YouTube. So make sure that little bell's on too. Let's see. Favorite movie? That's a tough one, y'all. These favorite questions are so hard because it changes. It changes. I don't even know if I can answer that. Praying for your mom. Awesome story. God has it all in his hands. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm 25 now, so it was a long time ago, and she's fully healed. Like, she's good. Other than, you know, paralysis on her face and some hearing loss, she's good. And, yeah, I love her. Are the boys in the 10,000 Reasons clip one of your brothers? No. So the guy on the cajon, the drums, his name is Luke, and he helped encourage me to do the covers. So that was pretty cool. And Nathan is on the guitar. His name's Nathan Sheridan. If you don't follow him, make sure you go and follow his YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Nathan Sheridan Official. He is actually my label bud. He's signed to the same label as me, and that's a God thing in itself because we went to the same church for a few years, and we led worship together, and then now we're signed to the same record label. Like, that's a God thing. That's pretty cool. So yeah, none of them are my brothers, but they're like my best friends. That was your favorite? Yeah. The 10,000 Reasons video is very popular on YouTube, and it's pretty cool. I think it's like at 2.2 million views, which is crazy. All right, do y'all have any other questions before I hop off? I'm glad I got to do this, my first YouTube live. So I don't know how many people. I know it's really popular on Facebook. I don't know if it's as popular on YouTube. It could be. It's hard to figure out times too. If there's a better time for you, just comment. Leave me a comment, because it's kind of hard. You made my night. Oh, thank you. It's kind of hard to. And I know a lot of people are in the Philippines and Brazil, like out of the country, and so it's hard to kind of come together and make this time work for everyone. But if there's a good time, like a better time, let me know. Thank you, Davey. You like that cover, the 10,000 Reasons cover? Thank you, Elijah. Davey, you're from Brazil? That's cool. I'd love to do a tour in Brazil. Here in New York, we're indoors 24/7. Yeah, I heard that New York's pretty bad off, Mark, as far as like the cases and stuff, which is probably why y'all are all on shutdown. Could you sing Whatever Happens, Happens? We'll have to do that for another night. I would really honestly love, when I go up to Tennessee, to do this again and have like a little concert. Like have the guitar, have Jeremy playing guitar, have someone on cajon or something like that. Banjo, mandolin, whatever we have. And do like a little concert for you guys. We'll have to set that up. And sing more songs from the record. My favorite worship song, right now, The Blessing is a beautiful song. It just released. It's hard to pick a favorite because, you know, back to the whole favorites thing. But Waymaker is also a really good song. What's on your bucket list? I want to go, man, I love hiking. I don't know, if you don't know me, now you know. I love anything outdoors, anything mountains, anything hiking. There's several places I want to go. I want to go to Banff, Canada. If you don't know where that is, look it up. It looks like a postcard. And also like Scotland. Scotland is beautiful. So I'd love to go there. And I think I have like family history there. North Carolina. I've been in North Carolina several times. We had a show in Raleigh, California. We had a show in Raleigh, North Carolina, in 2018. I used to go all the time when I was in high school, because my family had family there, different sides of the family. And we would go to, like, the mountains and stuff like that. Cleveland, Ohio. I think I've been to Cleveland, too. Any other questions before I hop on off? Well, it's been fun. I've loved sharing a few songs, and answering the questions. Thank y'all for whoever asked questions. I love doing these type of things, and I'll probably be doing more of these. So it's kind of different because it's not just on YouTube and not just on Facebook, which I just talked to my label, and there's other ways to make it all at once. So I'm going to look into that. Your favorites have my heart. Thank you. Have you heard of Kings Mountain, North Carolina? I think I have heard of that. I could be making that up, though. But before I hop off, make sure you go and follow my Spotify. Turn that little notification bell on next to the subscribe button on my YouTube. Follow my Instagram, Brooke Robertson Music. Twitter, Brooke Rob Music, I think, or I don't know Twitter as well. Twitter's okay though. Instagram, Facebook, Brooke Robertson Music. Oh my gosh. Jeremy, I wrote this sign backwards. I wrote this sign backwards for you guys. Everything else is backwards because I have the front-facing camera on, and it does that. Do you have any pets? I do. I have 2 pets. I used to have a horse, and I had to sell him last year because music, I didn't have enough time for him, and I miss him. Yeah, fail. Epic fail, Jeremy. I have a Dachshund and a Shorkie. She's like a Shih Tzu and Yorkie mix. But yeah, the Dachshund, his name is Brody, and the other one's Heidi. So. It's not always like this, though, like backwards. Like, the B's not always backwards, only because it's the camera. I have it flipped. If it was the other way around, it wouldn't be backwards. Oh, brother. All right, you guys. I'm not Jeremy with things. Which song that you co-wrote with Becca White do you like best? That's tough. We wrote Taking My Voice Back, Gaze, Just Be You, and Center of It All. And so I will say that Taking My Voice Back is number 1. And I shared that with them. Number two. Let's see it. I don't know, maybe Gaze? No, Just Be You, and then Gaze, and then Center of It All. It's like my top. Like from 1 to 4. My hands look like really big in this video. Your song, Why Are You Waiting, has really ministered to me. Even wrote a blog post about it. Oh, that's so cool, Allison. Can you tag me in that? If you wrote a blog post, send that to me. I'd love to go read it. Everyone, don't forget to study scripture and Christian. Have a bright future. Yeah, stay in the Word, you guys. That's where it's at. 6 pets, 3 cats, and 3 dogs. Confession, I'm not a cat person, you guys. I know. Don't hate me. I'm a dog person. How tall are you? I am 6'9". Just kidding. I'm not. I'm average. I'm 5'4". So, very average height. Not tall. Not short. I will say I'm taller than my mom and my sister. So, hey Joseph, what's up? Thanks for joining us live. Joseph Tepreza? Hope I said that. I'm pretty decent at pronouncing stuff. I'm from the country, so I may, not do it as good as you, but I'm a dog person. To the cats I have are my sisters. Yeah, I'm more of a dog person. I had a cat once. Yeah, message. Oh yeah, I think I may have read it then. I've been getting like a lot of messages and stuff, and like, oh yeah, that's right. It's pretty bad, huh? Alright, you guys. I love you guys so much. Thank y'all for hopping on this YouTube live. And I think I'm gonna head off. Y'all have a good night. I'll do this again, maybe on like Facebook or Instagram next, or may do, you know, them all together if I can. So thank you, Mark. Thank you, Callum. Thank you, Allison, Alexander, Joseph, Elijah, Davey, Jeremy, Sean, everyone. If I missed you guys, just know I'm thankful for you. And I'm so thankful. All right. Good night, you guys.